Rochester police have identified the victim in the overnight quadruple shooting as 24-year-old Willie Wolford of Rochester.
3 others were injured in that shooting, which happened at a large gathering at Clinton Braden Park. Isabel Garcia joins us now live from the Public Safety Building in Rochester with the latest information from police and what action the mayor plans to take. Isabel.
Yes, good evening to both of you. This incident was the latest in an extremely violent weekend over this holiday with 11 shootings in total, as well as 3 homicides, including this overnight homicide at North Clinton Ave. Now, Mayor Malik Evans is saying this afternoon he's instructed the police department to increase their enforcement at unsanctioned large gatherings. And one of the biggest issues at this overnight shooting was the size of the crowd.
That's the frustration, because this should have been just a nice gathering celebrating the holiday.
A large party of more than 300 people at Clinton Braden Park for the 4th of July turning violent after a fight reportedly broke out on a basketball court. 3 people are now suffering gunshot wounds, and a 24-year-old man is dead. Described as a chaotic scene with an unruly crowd, causing police to take the victim to the hospital via cruiser as opposed to an ambulance.
There's a lot of yelling at the officers, just hostile, being, nobody's physically interfered. There wasn't like punches thrown or shoving officers or anything along those lines, but it was a crowd yelling at the officers. And so rather than helping the officers to get this medical care to this person, try to get this person to the hospital as quickly as they can to try to survive their injuries, the crowd was instead egging the officers on, was being verbally aggressive towards the officers instead.
This happened around 2:45 a.m. Terrence Rayford lives in the North Clinton area and says no other incidents had happened leading up to that shooting.
Running groups. Anytime you see a bunch of kids in groups, it's always something's going to happen. Other than that, it's all right. It was a peaceful evening last night, I'm telling you.
Mayor Malik Evans says in a statement he is deeply saddened but not surprised about all of the violence. Lieutenant Greg Bellows says the scene and escalation of the crowd shows the perils Rochester police officers encounter.
So we have multiple officers being treated right now for blood exposure and associated with it. I know at least one officer was completely covered in blood to where they had their uniforms destroyed. I mean, we don't care. We can replace uniforms. But that just shows what our officers putting themselves at risk to try to save this person's life.
Police also say information will be crucial as part of this investigation. They're looking for anybody that has information about illegal guns, cell phone video from the incident, anything like that. And remember, your tips can remain anonymous. And police are also looking for any information throughout the summer about those unsolicited gatherings. They're urging you to contact police before a situation like this escalates and happens. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio. Reporting live in Rochester, Isabel Garcia, News 8.